I've been working with communities across Portsmouth over the last 6 months now, and the objective has been to find out more about how the First World War affected people on the home front. This exhibition is very much about a compilation of the museum working with its communities to reflect the story of Portsmouth and Portsmouth people. Within the museum there are collections that relate to many individuals. We think they're probably in the order of at least 200 individual stories. The community groups I've been working with, and those that you'll see reflected in the exhibition in particular, are from Baffins, who's a reminiscence group, from Buckland, because that's a local history group, and Paulsgrove is another one of those groups where individuals come together and it's sort of like glue. People are sort of sticking to the project. From here in Landport, where we're talking today, we've had lots of children coming in during the week. They've been learning about what the home front was like. So we've been creating, and you'll see from all the pictures, the First World War streets. So we've got the houses, we've got all the china, the different types of plates in the house. We've even got the wallpaper.
Basically, they're going back in a time machine 100 years ago.
We've had a real range of age groups, so I've had to think about things that every age group could do.
There isn't usually anything for young people to do, like there's nowhere that they can really go, and by doing things like this, they actually have something to do, somewhere to go.
We've done medal making with kind of silver paper.
Sticking, gluing, painting, drawing. We've had some collages, murals done. So it's been a real mixture.
I'm just making the medal now, like Ethan, and I've been doing some of the houses and the wallpaper. It's very fun.
They've definitely enjoyed it this week. They've actually asked us if we're doing any activities next week.
Well, we're at King Richard School, and we're here today because King Richard School are hosting the centenary event.
So we're having the dancers, they're on the stage, and the mayor's coming to see it.
So we've got the First World War Remembrance Centre, we've got the National Museum of the Royal Navy, we've got the Portsmouth Museum, the Lest We Forget project. There's a whole raft of different things happening.
It's kind of snowballed a bit into this big community event.
It's a real fantastic melting pot of the community and the school, and the premiere and the star is the film that the school have made,
which is something they've been really sort of engaged with.
Making the film was really fun because we got to go to museums.
The other side of the community project is around collecting stories, and what we're trying to do is to unearth some of those stories.
Portsmouth, obviously linked to the Royal Navy, was the sort of home of the Royal Navy. And so, of course, when you have a battle like Jutland, which caused huge amounts of casualties, whole streets were in mourning in Portsmouth because they'd lost so many family members.
When this project sort of came up, I thought to myself, well, Wimmering has a war memorial. It's outside the church, and there are names on there. And I thought to myself, well, come on, who were these people?
There's approximately about 6,000 fatalities in Portsmouth and about 18,000 casualties.
To forget them would be an injustice to them.
It's a once in a lifetime opportunity to remember our ancestors and what they did for us.
You can't now do personal reminiscing for it, but you can take people's research and hand it to the next generation.
This sort of thing is bringing families together to remember, oh yes, Uncle George, and yes, for this, and that's what the good part about it is.
As the whole project says, lest we forget, and we shouldn't.
My job as a sound artist is to produce a musical montage that's going to be like a sound shower involving contributions from this group.
I've enjoyed this morning, very enjoyable.
It enables us to talk, it gives us something to do, somewhere to go.
Your troubles in your old kit bag and smile, smile, smile.
It's that feeling that you get, and when you research it and you look at who they were, not just their ranks that they had in the army or in the navy. They were people. They lived where they lived. What were their occupations?
You discover that
It's these streets, it's this house, these streets I walk along where these people lived. When we're living on top of that layer of history, but it's there all around us really.
It's just interesting to see that these things actually did happen, because sometimes you don't really stop to think that it was like a real thing, you just get told like stories.
And it seems more emotional. Everyone's thinking about what happened.
Yes, it's worth doing and it's interesting.
It was quite interesting to see it all come together.
I reckon it was amazing.